Hey football fans, and welcome back to Footy Today. One moment the deal is off, the next it could be back on. Manchester United almost found a wild solution to the £85 million Antony problem, but it fell apart in dramatic fashion. Now, the aftershocks of that failed move could trigger a chain reaction that impacts two other major clubs across the continent. According to Fabrizio Romano, Juventus offered Manchester United a way out of their Antony nightmare. Now, let's be frank, Antony's time at Old Trafford has been a disaster. For a player who cost a staggering £85 million, his return in the Premier League last season wasn't good enough. In 29 appearances, he managed just one goal and one single assist. It's a stat line that speaks volumes, and it explains why United are reportedly open to offers for the Brazilian winger. But before his recent sacking, Juventus former sporting director Cristiano Giuntoli put a shocking proposal on the table. The deal, a straight swap, Antony for the Brazilian midfielder Douglas Luiz. Now, Luiz only moved to Turin from Aston Villa last summer for a hefty €50 million fee. But according to reports from Fabrizio Romano, he failed to impress the Juventus hierarchy. So, in a bold move to shake things up, Giuntoli initiated talks with Manchester United. The plan was to trade on one struggling Brazilian for another. Romano even claims Juventus were exploring different formulas, including a potential double loan, just to get the deal done. Now, can you imagine the scenes? Antony in the black and white of Juventus and Douglas Luiz, a player with Premier League pedigree, arriving to boost Man United's midfield. But just as this blockbuster move was gaining traction, it was stopped dead. Giuntoli was sacked, the architect of the deal was gone, and with him the negotiations vanished. As Romano stated, the discussions at the moment is not even advancing anymore. The deal is on ice. But here's where it gets interesting. A door slams shut, but a new one swings wide open. With Giuntoli gone, Juventus has a new man in charge of transfers, Damian Comoli. And with the Antony deal frozen, Comoli and Juventus have turned their attention to a player who is, without doubt, one of the hottest strikers on the planet right now. The target? Viktor Gyokeres. The Swedish striker has just come off a season for Sporting Lisbon that can only be described as breathtaking. In the 2024-25 campaign, he banged in an unbelievable 54 goals in 52 games. And that was after scoring 43 the season before. The man is a walking, talking goal machine. Juventus need a new number 9, with Dusan Vlahovic's future looking increasingly uncertain due to Premier League interest. The old lady is desperate for a new focal point, and Gyokeres is their dream signing. According to Italian reports, Juventus are preparing to make it official. They are lining up a massive €70 million bid, which is expected to be tabled in the coming days. Meetings have already taken place between the club and the players' agents. The groundwork is being laid for a colossal summer transfer. But, and with transfers there's always a but, it's not that simple. Gyokeres has a €100 million release clause in his contract, and this is where tension is building. His agents claim they were promised he could leave for around €65 million this summer. Sporting, seeing the insane demand, are now pointing to that €100 million figure. Will Sporting hold firm and demand a fee that Juventus simply cannot afford? Or will the player and his agents force the club to honour their alleged promise? With interest from elsewhere, including Saudi Arabia, the final price tag will be decisive. Juventus have drawn their line in the sand at around €70 million. The question is, in this high-stakes games of poker, who will blink first? From a deal that died to one that's roaring to life, the transfer carousel is spinning faster than ever. What do you think happens next? Will the new director at Juventus reignite the Antony swap deal? And is Viktor Gyokeres the final piece of the puzzle for a resurgent Juventus? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Has this been the craziest transfer story of the summer so far? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest stories in football. And why not check out our previous video on Pep's future looking in doubt at City and Onana saying goodbye to United.